What does it take to succeed in business in California? How do great business owners overcome adversity? And what are the unique opportunities of doing business right here in the San Gabriel Valley? California leads the nation as the #1 state for manufacturing and technology. It also has the most Fortune 500 companies. And when it comes to quality of life standards, California ranks the highest in the nation. California is a leader in innovation and entrepreneurship. It attracts and retains international talent and investment. And California ranks high when it comes to education and workforce readiness. I'm State Senator Ed Hernandez. California has its challenges when it comes to business, but we also have some serious strengths that other states can't touch. In this episode of San Gabriel Valley, Open for Business, we're meeting some of the region's most successful business owners and finding out why they wouldn't do business anywhere else. And we'll take a closer look at the organizations working hard to make the San Gabriel Valley business-friendly today and in the future. Gale Banks is a legend in the automotive industry. Over the years, he set numerous speed records with his high-performance engines. His company, Banks Power, located in Azusa, is also a trusted supplier to the U.S. military.
And you've got all the armor plating.
And that recently posed a dilemma.
We sell them the military engines. And I was looking at Indiana as a place to build an assembly plant. And I thought it through, and the taxes are less in Indiana than they are here. But where's the talent at? Where do I want to live? Folks I work with are here. I've spent my career with them. So I'm staying.
Because they should come in smaller vehicles? Recently, I took a tour of Gale's facility in Azusa to talk more about what makes our region great for business. And what brought you to Azusa or the San Gabriel Valley?
Well, the opportunity. I've actually been in the valley since 1960.
Okay.
San Gabriel and then here.
Okay.
So a lot of skilled people. A good school to pull out of, which is Cal Poly.
Okay.
Cal State Los Angeles also has good engineering curriculum. So between those two, Mount Sac, Chaffee, there's various, PCC had a great automotive program. So good education, people who know what it is like to work and want to work. That's what I've got here.
Where was your turning point where you really started to become successful and felt that things were starting to move along?
Well, you get success, you get failure, then you get success, you get failure. Those are business cycles.
Yeah.
For me, the turning point was my education.
Okay.
Absolutely. If you want a big one,
Right.
That's it.
Gale and I agree. We've got great colleges, but our future lies in improving K through 12. Technical education in high school, community college,
Right.
the UCs, the CSU. Do you think it's important to start now even at the grammar school level?
If we want to have our social agenda to take place in California, now I'm preaching, we have to support it with industry. In other words, I want to pay taxes. I want to pay a lot of taxes. That means I'm successful. And I'm funding why I want to live in California. So these guys feed our industrial capability in the San Gabriel Valley. These young folks coming out of school. That's the feedstock for industry. You got to tickle the fancy of the student. Get them exposed to technical things. I feel, and I think we could actually quantify this with numbers, that there are kids that drop out of high school because we haven't tickled their fancy. They don't see the point. Where if we had something technical, I think a lot more of them would stay. Being an auto mechanic today is not what it was 40 years ago. Today, you have to understand computer science.
Right.
Even the guys you see in the CNC machine shop or in our fabricating and tube shop, their jobs are very technical. It's also a good life. I mean, those jobs usually pay pretty well.
I think you hit the nail on the head. The absolute most important thing and your turning point for everyone else has to be education.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff.
And you have it for life.
Right.
Flexibility in thought, willingness to try something new, finding success in the San Gabriel Valley,
Right.
your support to the business community, hugely essential.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, hugely essential.
Well, I appreciate that.
And you do a good job.
Well,
of
thank
it.
you. Thank you. This year in the Senate, I'm going to be working hard to promote education. But here in the San Gabriel Valley, Cynthia Kurtz and her colleagues at the San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership are working hard to promote and support businesses right here in our region.
One of the things that's most important for businesses, and particularly startup businesses, is finding trained employees. When you have Caltech on one side of your region and the Claremont schools on the other side, you are bookended by the best of the best in education. And in the middle of that, we have Cal Poly Pomona. 1 in every 15 engineers in the state of California comes out of Cal Poly Pomona. We have the liberal arts schools in University of Laverne. We have Citrus, Mount Sac, the largest community college in the state of California, and Pasadena City College, one of the best known and renowned community colleges, as well as Rio Hondo. And there's a lot of research also goes on at City of Hope. They are a hospital, but they are also a school, so we are very, very rich in education.
I sat down with Cynthia to talk about the resources available to local businesses. What are some of the things you offer to the businesses to help them do better as far as their business growth here in the area?
We have a very strong business assistance program. 2 staff people that are dedicated just to being available to businesses to help them. And it's personal, one-on-one case service. We will help you find property, help you get through a permitting process, help you connect with the school for training. We can introduce you to other businesses, assist with finding financial services that you might need. Whatever it is that you think will improve your business, we will connect you with those services.
Am I going to be presenting on the tourism committee?
Another main goal of the San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership is to attract new business.
For marketing, we have a plan where we're looking at what are the sectors that are growing jobs in the San Gabriel Valley. And we target those types of businesses to let them know what a good region this is and why businesses like them are growing here. The good things about the business climate here are the location. The San Gabriel Valley is smack in the middle of Southern California. So if you need to get your employees, your products, or your raw materials in and out of your facility, you will be best suited to be in the San Gabriel Valley. We also have great colleges and universities for research, development, training, employees. We're less expensive than many regions in the Southern California, and that means a lot to business. And we have room to grow, where a lot of businesses find themselves landlocked in the San Gabriel Valley. There's room to expand.
A quality workforce, easy access to the ports, but maybe above all, a climate perfect for growing quality chili peppers. These are the ingredients that have led to one of the region's most successful businesses, Hoi Fong Foods, makers of the iconic Sriracha hot sauce. Recently, I sat down with the founder of Hoi Fong Foods, David Tran. David's story epitomizes the American dream. He's a Chinese man who grew up in Vietnam, making Thai chili sauce, but he's a Californian by choice. In the late 70s, David left Vietnam aboard a cargo ship, the Hoi Fong, which the company's named after today. So when you first came here, you originally made it because you missed the chili that you used to have in Vietnam, and you did it for yourself and then eventually for friends. And then how did it start to grow from that point? Was it other people started to get word and wanted to get your chili or what?
We tried to find the chili, but at that time, most chili from Mexico. So I thought only Mexico had chili.
But soon, he found a single California farmer who to this day supplies all of his chili peppers.
I found that California can grow good chili. So I just give to one grower. So they can invest the time, the money, and today we grow 2,000 acres, just one farmer.
This uniquely California relationship between a business owner and a farmer has helped turn Hoi Fong Foods into a multi-million-dollar business. During peak season, these trucks bring in a full load of chili peppers, 5 trucks every hour, and up to 50 trucks a day supply 4 production lines.
Without a good chili, good pepper, I cannot make a good hot sauce.
As I toured David's facility, I was in complete awe of all he's accomplished. With all of his success, he's loyal to one pepper farmer, and he's never raised the price of Sriracha because he wants it to be affordable to everyone. What I love about your story, and I've talked to you before, you are the American dream story because you come to this country as an immigrant, you struggled with your English, you made your way to Southern California, you started a product that you missed from your home country. It became very, very popular and you've done very, very well. So you are a California success story. I've been proud to help David when he's needed support in the past. And I'd like to think that's part of what makes our community great for business. Whether it's support at the statewide level or at the local level, help is available. An example of this is assistance with finding new staff. Whether you're running a multi-million-dollar business or a small corner store, help is available. Recently, I stopped by our local employment development department and talked to Richard Virchis about how it's now easier than ever to find quality employees here in California. So what goes on here?
Okay, so this is one of the America's Job Centers that's funded through the Workforce Investment Act. And this is one of our flagship centers because it's integrated with the Employment Development Department of the state.
Traditionally, people think of job centers as just for the job seeker. Now, because of new funding, they're an unbelievable business resource.
The good news for businesses is that we will pay for businesses to test employees. So we will train them, and then we will subsidize up to 100% in some cases of their salary for 2 or 3 months. And then even after that, there still may be an opportunity to provide on-the-job training where we'll pay several more months of 50 to 60, 70% of their salary so that companies can test an individual.
You want to present yourself with some confidence. Look at the interviewer, he or she, in the eye.
In some cases, we'll recruit candidates, we'll screen candidates, we'll interview candidates for businesses. So in some cases, we'll serve as their HR. So for small businesses, this is a tremendous opportunity and resource that both the state and the federal government are providing to them.
So let's say a small business wants to use your services for, I don't know, a company that's looking for a receptionist or a part-time worker or full-time. How do they get a hold of you, and how do you screen them, and does it cost them anything?
No, they certainly does not cost a business anything, and they will call our offices, or even we'll come out to meet with them.
Oh, really?
You go to the job site. We will send some of our staff out to meet with them so that we understand what their employment needs are. Now, we also have one of the largest summer youth employment programs in the nation, thanks to the County Board of Supervisors and the state and Department of Labor pooling money. We went from $3 million 2 years ago to $5 million last year and to $24 million this year for summer jobs for youth. Well, for businesses, these are employees that we are fully paying for. It's not only giving them an introduction to the workplace, but it's introducing them to the company. And small businesses dominate our economy. And LA County is as big as the state of Ohio and has one of the largest economies in the world. And so for small businesses to be able to help train young people, but introduce them to their company and their business, creates some loyalty, but also introduces and contributes to the competitiveness and the job readiness of our job seekers.
Okay, so let's say a business wants to take advantage of these services and get employees that you have that you will pay for them. How does a business go about finding out about this service?
Well, we're doing more outreach to chambers. We attend many of the chamber events and speak at the chamber events about these various initiatives. And so we absolutely want to connect more with the business associations. Right. There are smaller chambers in each of the cities. And the chambers play an important role in our work because they are entrusted in the law to nominate folks to serve on our boards.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
The business executives can serve as trustees of the system as well.
Just as Richard says, our local chambers of commerce are a great starting point for business owners to connect with resources like job centers. So I visited Marlene Carney at the Irwindale Chamber of Commerce to talk about the role and history of our local chambers.
The Chamber of Commerce industry has been around since the early 1900s. Pretty much the same mission, helping the local economy. That's always been there. But I think for many years a chamber served as was more of a civic association. There was a lot more community events. They did the parades, they did the beauty pageants, the pancake breakfast, all those kind of small community, small town types of activities. I think over the years they've become much more of a business force.
Oftentimes, business owners need a little extra help in their corner, especially when it comes to following codes and regulations.
There's a lot of different rules and regulations. Sometimes the rules and regulations contradict each other. The county may want one thing, the city may want something else, and then the state comes in with a whole different set of rules. If they are having an issue, we can certainly connect them to the people that can help them. Then of course we do the usual advocacy part too.
Excellent.
One of the strengths of our local business community is a high level of partnership and engagement, and local chambers of commerce help make that possible.
One thing that most chambers do very well, and that's provide the networking opportunities, connecting businesses with other businesses. People do business with other businesses and people that they trust and that they know. So we try to bring those connections together. I think every business that isn't a member of their local chamber, it doesn't have to be Irwindale, it can be any community that they're in, is if there's a local chamber, they should become a member and become involved, because that's the only way they're going to make a difference in what is happening that impacts that local economy.
Whether you're running your own business or if you're simply a consumer and choose to shop locally, we all play a role in the health of our local business community. I wanted to ask Marlene what elected officials like myself could do to support and encourage local business owners.
So what do you think can be done from a policy perspective in Sacramento to encourage business to come to California in general, but more in particular in San Gabriel Valley?
I think it would be important, and we did a little bit of this at the Cal Chamber when I was up there, but I think it'd be important for this legislature to become a lot more familiar, just as you're doing. I think this video series is excellent. But I think to actually get in there in the trenches and actually see and meet with a lot of these employers, because I think that makes a difference. You see the people that are employed, you see the products that are being produced, and then you see the challenges that these companies face. I think if they could see these companies more up close and personal, then they may think about what certain laws and regulations that they may be proposing what the impacts are going to be, both financial and otherwise.
Marlene's advice is spot on, and it's exactly why I visited businesses like Hoi Fong Foods and Gale Banks Engineering. But I also wanted to visit some of the region's small business owners. At Adabella Scarpa, Monica Gonzalez and her family are in the business of making kids' shoes and clothing. Across town, Jen and Brad Johnson run the bookshop. Brad started working at the bookshop in high school, then took over ownership with his wife Jen in 2006. These small business owners could have chosen anywhere to open up shop, but they chose our region. Why did you decide to open up in this particular area, in the city of Covina, but in particular in the San Gabriel Valley?
Well, Covina's my home.
This is home.
I was born at the hospital 1 block away. We purchased a home 1 block the other direction.
This is home. I mean, I couldn't imagine have done it anywhere else. And the city has welcomed us. It has, from the moment we came up with this idea of going into business, and probably not the best of times, it was somewhere where, you know, we started it and the first customer came through, and I think everything has just worked for us.
More than just being our home, Jen says there's something special about the San Gabriel Valley.
It's a whole community of people who are innovators, who are mom and pop businesses, and that's what we are. And we feel comfortable here as part of that community here. The San Gabriel Valley lets people do that. I mean, the San Gabriel Valley is the kind of place where you can have a business idea, and because it's affordable, and because there are people who are willing to, like, you know, try new things and are interested in a variety of things, then you can try innovative things, and small businesses can grow into bigger businesses.
And growing into a bigger business is exactly what Monica plans to do.
I envision having my own shoe design company. In 5 years to be able to design my own shoes, have a lot more people employed, you know, having you know, stores, you know, distribution centers. I would love to see that. Probably more to be able to give jobs. I would love to have, you know, be able to offer jobs and make a difference in someone else's life, you know, because they have employment.
Monica's advice to new business owners: look to the community you know to find success.
Staying close to home, you need that when you start a business. You need that support. You need to have the people that you know, the printer that you know, was someone you went to school with that started his business here, because it is a collaboration of a lot of other little businesses that makes yours successful. So my first advice is start here, because you can always go there. But starting here at home is where, you know, is going to be where you're going to get that needed support to keep going. Because when you go to somewhere that you're not very familiar with, it's easy to give up. And I always tell people, stay here and grow, and it may be slow, but when you've got a group of people cheering you on, there's nothing but success ahead of you.
So what lies ahead for California and the San Gabriel Valley when it comes to business? An answer to that question can be found in taking stock in what we have and then playing to our strengths.
We have great educational institutions, some of the best in the country. We have a skilled and educated workforce. We have a ton of cultural and recreational activities. We're a very diverse community. We have a very international population, which is, I think, exciting. This is a great place to live and work and play.